Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. The podcast has gone downhill.
Rough start.
It's been a rough start. M16 Open. We just got some breaking news. The last M16 Open round 15, Marco Forever. That will be the last of that kind of. That it'll be the last installment of that.
Yeah, the last M16 Open by brand and name.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Adam talked about it the other day, and we sort of decided, and then I didn't know he was going to put it this morning. He put it up literally just before we came in here. So, yeah, we did, 15 shows, 6 round robins, and I'd say every show was fairly successful. And, yeah, now we're just going to do sort of our own thing. He's got some stuff in the works. I'll probably put something together, sort of with a similar vibe to what the M16 Open was, and, yeah, keep the show, not say keep the show going, but keep moving, keep things going in the right direction.
I can't believe it went that far.
Yeah, considering that people probably don't even know, the original idea was Adam just said, like, let's just do a 16-man in the gym. Like, he just ran out and he's like, everyone puts in $50 and we'll find out who the best grappler is in Adelaide. And then obviously we got 16 guys in the gym, did it. I think it was post-COVID maybe, because I can remember we couldn't have that many people in the gym. I don't know if that was pre or post-COVID. And we did it, and obviously I think Dan Curry was the first like M16 Open champion. And then from there, like, COVID hit, we couldn't get matches, couldn't get competitions going or travel, so we started doing ADCC rules in the gym with Declan, basically trying to get him matches. Obviously we had full cards, but we were trying to like really push him for ADCC matches to get experience, and then it just grew from there to the rec centre to the theatre, and then yeah, to what it was on Saturday night.
I don't even know how. If you told me how to do that live stream again, it was like I was learning every single time how to do it.
Oh, bro, you were doing the same thing. We were still winging it to the show. Like, man, we made up as we went along the whole way. Like, I don't think we ever had a goal, not a goal, but like ever had a vision or a plan. We just like wing it show by show, athlete by athlete, match by match. Like, there was no preparation and planning going into them besides a date and sometimes a venue.
It was so fucking submission heavy, that promotion. Like, the whole show was always, people always chase submissions on that show.
I think that was one thing that we did pretty well, was that we always matched for matches that were going to be good, and anyone could be on the show, but we wouldn't put someone on if we didn't have a match for them. So we'd get so many nominations, and like, guys would beg to be on the show, and it wasn't that we didn't want them, we wanted someone else. The match just wasn't there. So as soon as we get 2 names that were like, we knew it was going to be a good match, or that even, like, we're like, yeah, that will make that match, put it on. And then when the card was full, the card was full. So it wasn't, we'd never play. Everyone's like, oh, you put this guy on too much, not that guy. It's like, no, that guy just had more people to have matches with, you know. He was in a better weight class. He was more willing to fight better people.
Yeah.
And that's just why the matches, I feel like, were some of the best in the country consistently over all the shows. Like, the matches were always bangers. And
I was so... I had Muay as the favourite going into that, because that kid's just a fucking demon, man. And then Pugliese, Anthony was just like, fuck all of you.
Unbelievable rap. Anthony Pugliese is like just the best competitor. Like, his mindset, the way he goes about it, the way he's on the mats is just like built for competition, you know. Like, maybe if you got him in the gym and thought, yeah, I'll beat this guy on comp day, you won't. He's a different athlete, because he had a tough run too. I mean, they all had tough run. There was no guy in the 8-man that I didn't think, like, on his day he could win for sure. Like, that was 8 very evenly matched guys.
Yeah, when Moe pulled that fucking armbar out of nowhere, I was literally looking down at the paper for 2 seconds to see who was up next, and then by the time I did that, it was just done.
Yeah, he was fun. And he only took it on a couple. I mean, he's always training anyway. He only took it on a couple of weeks' notice, but like, his performance was phenomenal. Him and Gabe's match, because Gabe a couple of weeks ago at Australian Grappling League had a crazy run in the absolute division and just like looked so good. And when they matched up first in the first match of the 8-man, I was like, that's going to set a tone for this show. Like, those 2 guys are going to, and it was a sick match, super technical. No one scored points. Obviously, Moe won a very close decision. I thought the decision was right. Like, he was pushing the pace, nearly got the back a few times. Gabe had some good attempts at wrestling up and that, but that match was like sick, and that set the tone for the rest of the show. Like, people were going after it.
Me and Piro couldn't hear it, but when I was watching Lath's match, when I was looking at, because I have a better view.
Was that the toe hold, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I had a better view than Tom, because I watched the screen. so I get it closer. He's kind of watching like an actual spectator. I was like, oh, fuck, his foot looks like it's breaking.
Yeah.
And we couldn't tell from down there. And then we went on the intermission and we were outside and everyone was like, did you fucking hear it?
Yeah.
And it's like you could hear his like tendons just tearing.
So I looked at, he was in an armbar, right? Because it was a super quick match. He was in an armbar and I looked away to do something, went back, come back and it was over. And I thought he got armbarred. And someone's like, nah. He pulled out of the armbar, grabbed his foot and fucking ripped it in half.
Yeah, apparently he full, you could hear the pops and everything.
Yeah, there were a few pops and cracks and stuff. So I was talking about the main event, Jackie and Amber. Like I said, I asked Grace in the gym last night, one of the females trains us, but the girls not feel toe holds, like are your ankles just that flexible?
Yeah.
She's like, oh no, they both said the ankles popped, and I'm like, oh okay, so you are human, because they were just ripping those toe holds on, bending the foot right around. I was like, that's not, my foot would break in half there. Like I don't have flexibility like that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It'll be good to see. It makes jiu-jitsu fun, those kind of events.
Yeah.
And with the alcohol as well, it was fun as.
Yeah.
And then the toilets just all broke on the one
of
day.
all the things that could have gone wrong, right? Like I was like, most things, you know, a problem pops up, you can fix it. As I said to, what's the guy that runs it? Martin, you know, the technician we have for the venue. I was like, fuck, we can't do nothing about this, can we? It's like every single toilet in the venue's blocked, flooding, like, and just the fact that we did have drinks breaks as well. So I'm like, let's stop the drinks breaks. So people stop drinking, so they stop needing to go to the toilet. But I'm like, me and Adam were both just like, we can't fix this. Like, we're not plumbers. Like, no one can fix it, right?
Yeah.
Fucking funny.
That's a fucking good venue, though.
Yeah, I think it's the best.
I think that's the best. For jiu-jitsu, that room in particular is like the best room for jiu-jitsu in Adelaide.
And even when we did a daytime show, because it's still dark in there, it's so cool out, it's still dark, the lights are still on, you think it's nighttime, but then you walk outside and it can be daytime. Like, it's not the best for the live stream. Like, obviously the camera doesn't catch it as good as some other shows, but like when you're there, which is what we want, it's a live show anyway. Like, we want people to come and enjoy jiu-jitsu as a live spectacle. Like the live stream and stuff is an afterthought to get it out there, but essentially, like, buy a ticket, come watch it, and you'll have a sick time.
So we will be doing more events, just not under the M16 Open banner.
Yeah, so the M16 Open banner's done. I know Adam's got some stuff he's working on. I haven't really got anything planned. It was only sort of decided on Sunday what we're going to do, but I want to keep it going, especially locally. Like, I want to build the local scene, super fights, more like the King of the Adelaide 8-man and thing like that.
I really, really, really like the tournament vibe.
Yeah,
or it'd be cool if you could eventually. I was actually wondering if you'd ever fucking do like a quintet style.
I've just been hit up twice in the last 2 days.
Like
to
a
team stuff.
Sydney Wrestling Academy versus the best of Adelaide. Like, that would be, or the best of Sydney, where say Elkia could fucking like hold tryouts and get 5 people, and then in Adelaide you could do like a trials to build the team from Adelaide.
It's crazy, man. I was just talking about this with someone else. I didn't even have this conversation with you, but I had the exact same conversation with someone on the phone, like a teams thing. It's hard in Adelaide because we don't have heaps of depth, but I think a teams thing with, like you said, like some interstate guys, maybe 2 Adelaide teams, or just
a team from the major state, the jiu-jitsu states. So you get one from Melbourne, Sydney, eventually, but just starting off with Melbourne and Sydney and Adelaide would be sick.
That's definitely my goal, but I also think, even though the alcohol like helped the event on Saturday night, I don't necessarily think it added anything to the show.
It was just fun for us, but because it was fun being with the boys and stuff. But I personally don't think the M16 Open needs alcohol.
No, and the fact that, like, we assumed once the matches started, because you couldn't drink in the venue, that people would like hang out in the foyer when their friend weren't competing and have drinks. No one did. It was dead out there. Everyone wanted to see the jiu-jitsu, which shows that, like, the product is the jiu-jitsu. It's not the event itself. It's like people want to see the exciting jiu-jitsu. So I think really the goal for me on the next sort of whatever I do next is going to be to go back probably like a Sunday afternoon show again, have it all ages, get the kids in there, because there's so many young kids now that do jiu-jitsu that want to watch. And like, I had my boy there, that was awesome, or some of his friends were there, some of the young kids from the gyms were there, and I think that adds a massive like part of it as well, is all the young kids see it and now they want to do super fights, they want to do it. And like, if you want to build the sport, you got to aim to them as well, rather than the dudes that want to go to the pub. If you want to go to the pub, go to the pub and have a beer. If you want to come to jiu-jitsu, bring your kids. You're going to make them want to do it. Like, you know, like, you don't get to see it anywhere else really.
I reckon that's the go. I reckon we do a trials run for Adelaide's best 5, and then a trials run for Sydney's best 5, and then we do put a quintet together.
That's actually a pretty sick idea.
A quintet together, Sydney Wrestling Academy versus M16 South Australia.
We'll have Team Sav versus Team Topuria.
Dude,
the 2 commentators can have a team each. You pick your 5 favourite athletes and we'll put it together. I'll promote it, you guys captain it, and we'll fucking go from there.
I would actually do that. I would fucking do it. Dude, I was watching. I fucking hate that dog. I was just watching last night. I've never seen B Team versus 10th Planets Quintet from last year, where Craig just goes in and fucking ices the Martinez brothers.
Yeah, they're through the legs toe hold.
Yeah, and I was like, that's such a sick format. It's such a cool format. Like, just winner stays on. If you go to a decision, you're off. That's fucking sick rule set.
Yeah. It makes it more exciting when you got a team as well, you know, because then, like, your boy goes on before you and you pump for him, he goes to a draw, and then it's up to you to win, or he loses and you got to take out two guys. Like, it just changes it. Like, there's a spot in the sport for so many different rule sets and competitions. Like, there should never just be one rule set. So I think quintet's good, super fights are good, 8-mans are good. Like, everything has its place. You just got to mix it up and, like, play around with a few different ways.
We need a name though. So if anyone's got a name,
send it in.
Comment it down below, please.
Yeah, the M16 Open was a good name, but that's retired now.
So it was 15 in total.
15 shows. I think we did 6 round robins as well, which is pretty fucking impressive. Considering, like I said, me and Adam just winged it all the way up to the show. We'd still be like, "What do we need? What have we done? What are we doing?" Like,
because it used to be at the rec centre in Lolanga.
Yeah, I mean, he used the wrestling mats.
Swimming centre.
That was sick because the mats are 12 by 12 and everyone just stood around it. That was a wicked way to start, and just having such a good mat space. And then obviously we kind of just felt that we needed to make it a bit more professional if we're going to be paying to bring guys in and stuff. We needed to just step it up that little bit.
And you've had some fucking sick names on there too. You've had Adele,
Kennard. Adele versus Taylor's like an Olympian versus an ADCC champion.
Which is the wildest thing when you look back on it. And Taylor did so well against Adele, which in hindsight's crazy. Cause
with no jiu-jitsu experience at all. Like, she was
just pure belt, wrestling.
A purple belt, but purely based off like her jiu-jitsu. Like, she did train jiu-jitsu a lot, but her wrestling pedigree sort of got her that belt because like, it's not really fair that you're just killing blue belts with wrestling. Like, we'll put you in a more competitive division.
I still reckon if Taylor put on MMA gloves and not even glazing her, I reckon she'd be in the UFC in 2 years.
Probably. No, she's having a baby now.
She's having a baby, but if like she just trained for like 2 years, I guarantee, because there's no girl in Australia at least that can mitigate her wrestling.
Super talented and super hard work ethic to just learn. Like, if she wanted to do anything, she would put the work in and learn it quick enough to get good at it.
Yeah, so she's doing harder workouts than we would do pregnant now.
Yeah, she still teaches the kids class. I always ask her when you're going to stop. She's like, I don't know, like, when am I supposed to?
It's like, you're not supposed to do that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. And yeah, I watched the UFC. We both watched the UFC BJJ thing today.
Yeah, that was sick. I
like it.
I know it's getting hate, but like anyone that's hating on it is just not hating on it. They're just liking another event more. Like I said, there's room for everyone. Yeah. I think it's sick. It was actual killer. The pit thing's pretty cool as well with the curved walls. I get it. They should maybe pay a little bit more, I don't know, respect, appreciation, whatever, to Craig for like coming up with the idea of the pit and doing that. But like, you can't hate the UFC event. It's fucking sick. It was sick today.
Realistic. if I reckon Craig should be fucking hosting it. Yeah. But if the UFC wants that to pop off like the Ultimate Fighter did with Forrest Griffin and fucking
Stephen Bonner.
They need, like, Craig needs to be a personality
that's
of it.
That's the only downside to it, right? Is that, like, because the guys on it are sick. Like, Tackett's on there, Andy Varella's on there, Keith Corrin, like, big name jiu-jitsu guys. Mikey's a huge name, but, like, he's fighting a guy that, even though he's really good, I don't know him personally. I don't watch Gi. Apparently, he's one Gi stuff.
Yeah.
But you need two coaches. Like, Chuck and Randy were the original Ultimate Fighter. Mikey and some Brazilian guy.
Well, even
no disrespect to the Brazilian guy, but it would be good to have two names so that you can like relate to the teams.
But Tackett's in it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like Tackett's on the show, so the names in the show are huge. It's just the two coaches aren't like massive names to bring you in.
They could have done like the Ruotolo brothers. That would have been cool.
Okay, Cade versus Ty, and then they fight at the end just for something to do.
That would have been cool. Something like that would have been cool. But they definitely. It's funny watching like the Ultimate Fighter, who are all these like really, really fucking alpha males, like psychos. They're all drinking, fucking hurting each other in the rooms, and then there's like all the jiu-jitsu people just fucking being autistic all together.
But I enjoyed it still. Like, I personally thought it was entertaining. Like, I'll watch every episode and I'll watch the final for sure. Like, I watch most things of jiu-jitsu anyway. Any combat sports I watch.
And I reckon them rounding off the pit is like a way better idea.
Yeah, how they slide down is sick. They don't get stuck out. I like that because then you just rip their legs out, pull them down, and you're back on the mat.
It's the perfect thing of the UFC seeing something and then copying it but making it hell better.
Yeah.
But I think the rounded is like, because then you got nowhere to get stuck as well. Because I think
no corners.
That's the biggest thing.
Angle and that.
Yeah, I don't know. I loved it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
I'll be
it.
watching all of it. And if you're a PJ athlete and you get paid all right to do it, why not? Sign it, who cares? There's no other way to get money in jiu-jitsu, right? Like WNO pay okay for main events, but I remember they offered some people I know like only $500 to be on undercard after they just made big money. Like they don't pay huge. ADCCs every 2 years, CJIs once a year, but it's like a lottery to get in, so you're not guaranteed a spot in CJI. So outside of that, like where are you going to make money? If UFC is offering you like a decent wage to go, I'd do it. If I had guys good enough to do it, I'd be like, why not sign for the UFC? Get some matches under your belt.
If they're doing 10 and 10s or 15 and 15s and you're getting 4 or 5 matches in a year.
Fuck, even 6 and 6 would be crazy money for jiu-jitsu if you're coaching, doing seminars and doing things on the side.
But then you're under a contract, you get like a sponsorship from like a Monster, then you will get way more eyes on you because the pool will be pretty small at the start.
Yeah. And UFC is promotional, like their promotional pool behind you is worth endless amounts of money if you're good at it. Like you have to promote yourself still, but like
Mikey Musumeci, surprisingly, would be making some of the most money in jiu-jitsu. He's everywhere.
For sure, and he made good money in one, so for him to be in UFC now, I'd say he's on decent money. People will say he's not, I don't know, I just don't think there's any way he's not.
And I don't think people like him and Tackett and stuff are stupid enough to take a bad business decision.
Nah, I watched a video on Andrew Tackett's brother William put up a video about why they're not in CGI and why they signed the UFC and that, and it was all like, you listen to it and you're like, it all makes perfect sense. I'm like, if I was him, I would have done the exact same thing. They're like the two most nicest guys in jiu-jitsu, but they're just so good at it, and they just understand like what's best for them, what's best for their gym, and what's best for their family. Like, that's why they make all their decisions. Same reason they went to CGI last year is the same reason why they signed to UFC this year. Like, they're just chasing what's best for them.
Yeah, it's fucking... That's the biggest downfall of jiu-jitsu. Everyone's got their own like teams. It's like religious fucking cults, dude. It's like some of them are Jews, some of them are Muslims, but they're like they don't understand that you can have all of it.
Yeah, and it's like crazy.
And I didn't mean that literally. Like I was using that as like a fucking phrase.
You're getting cancelled, cancelled finally. Nah, but I don't mean. But then everyone wants you to go to like their promotion or what their gym's doing. Or that's what it's like. You just got to go where you want to go, really.
And you can have them all. You can have CJI. You can have fucking ADCC every 2 years. You can have a constant yearly promotion like the UFC.
Yeah, and nothing will beat the original CJI was sick. Like, that was so good. And entertainment value, content value, everything about it was so good. And I'm sure the second one will be the same, but that doesn't mean that everything else isn't going to do good as well. Because and even talking from like a professional, trying to make the sport more professional, which they're all trying to do at the moment. Like the CJI trials in Melbourne were sick. Like Giles ran a mad promotion. You barely even seen him. He was only really there to like pass on to the winners, like who won kind of thing. And all the matches were good. You had Declan,
is that
Kit Dale,
Subversion?
No, the CGI trials.
Oh, the trials, yeah.
Like, he actually ran that trials pretty good. At the start, I was just dirty on the event because I thought Declan should have got given a spot. I wasn't dirty on the trials themselves. I was like, I just wish Declan got his spot because I think he deserved it. But he showed he did anyway. But then they did the Euro trials and it was completely different. It was in a tiny gym. There was people drinking on the mats. They didn't even put a live stream up for it because I think they knew. But the main thing was like the jiu-jitsu wasn't, there was like one sub. Like the jiu-jitsu compared to the CGI trials here was like well down. And then like they didn't even do a live stream, and then they put up a video of like the day, but there was no jiu-jitsu. It was a guy running it. He was there with girls in bloody like dancers and drinking all that. But it's like, where the fuck did jiu-jitsu try to make a professional sport? Like where did the jiu-jitsu go? It looked like a sick time, right?
It looked dope.
But then compared to the CGI trials, it was like professional
official,
as this is taking the sport to the next level. That was like the best party you've ever been to. But like, and then the jiu-jitsu was nowhere near as good as like the Australian one.
I'm not like obviously a jiu-jitsu purist like you are too, so I don't know. My opinion probably doesn't mean as much, but I do like the kind of grittier, like I love watching like the King of the Streets and shit like that, and seeing something like that, like with jiu-jitsu, like with drinking and kind of more like street culture and stuff, is fun. But
it's how entertaining. That's what I said. There's a spot for it too. Like I like both, but if I'm talking about $1 million tournament, if you're an athlete or a coach,
it has to be legit.
You want to do it like Giles. Like I would be so happy if I was at Giles and lost, and if the other one. But then again, the guy that's one of the guys from the actual gym who hosted it got done dirty in the tournament, so it wasn't like they favoured anyone or helped anyone. It was just like every man for himself. But it was a good time. I'll tell you that much. It looked good.
Who's the biggest? Is Subversion's probably the biggest promotion in Australia?
Yeah, they're the most consistent, run the best matches for sure. And the guys that run that are real nice guys, and they've been running.
That's
for
the
a
one
while
to
now.
Declan competed on Subversion, but
He's been on a few times,
he
right?
lost the last one.
He lost the last one.
And
And
then
he's beaten a Brazilian guy, and he had matches back when it started in the gi as well. He's been on a few times, I think.
It's so funny watching how everyone just jumps off a bandwagon as soon as someone gets one loss, and then I reckon Declan's taken that so personally.
He's a different animal now. Eh?
I remember seeing his mum whenever I see his mum, I always give her a big hug. She's fucking lovely. His mum and dad are
Jane and Mark are the
legend.
best.
And she came up to me at the M16 Open when I was outside, and she's like, because Declan submitted Felipe, was it Felipe?
Felipe Andrew.
In like 50 seconds or a minute or something.
It's funny, Declan versus the Felipes had 3 matches on WNO, and they've all been Felipes from Brazil.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was was it Pena?
Felipe Pena, Felipe Costa, Felipe Andrew.
Yeah, oh, it's so good seeing him win. I'm so excited to see what he does.
I was G'd up, that's why I'm sad. I was like, I can't lose now. Declan's just gone and beaten a 2-time world champion under a minute. I'm like, I can't just go out my own show and lose now.
That guy was so fucking big. Because you were saying in the car, you were like, oh, this dude's pretty fucking big, eh?
Yeah, but he was actually really strong at the start too. I felt him tiring pretty quick, so I was like, all right, just put a pace on. As fast a pace as you can put on at 38 years old. I'm not that quick myself, but I felt like I could drown him. It was good fun just being out there again. I love that. Nothing beats competing.
I'm excited for CJI because I really do. I want to see I don't know what he's doing difference to a normal, because you can choose your opponent, you can choose the next guy to come out.
No, you don't get. Yeah, your coach does.
Yeah,
Whereas before it's like a set team, so now it's like, oh, hold on, Sav just beat a guy, so like, I don't think you can beat this guy, so I'll send you got 15 seconds to choose.
Yeah, see, I reckon that's going to be pretty fun. If it runs smooth, if it doesn't if they run it smoothly, because it sounds like there's heaps of moving parts doing that.
I think it'll be pretty quick. It'll be on the mic, boom, send him out. And the thing is, did he talk about playing the Royal Rumble music? Like,
yeah.
That'd be absolutely sick, eh? And then this screen just pops up and a dude comes running out.
Like, it's going to be interesting. I don't know who's going to win.
There's some good teams, man.
Atos is probably pretty stacked.
New Wave super stacked, B team stacked. The
Australian
team,
one's so underrated, man. And fucking, I don't know if Levi's in or that.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. I think Levi's in the team. I haven't heard any different, but either that, Kenta was doing pretty good in the trial. So if Levi ends up not being in it, hopefully Kenta maybe jumps in.
And then Declan, who's the heavyweight in Australia?
Well, that were the trials was for heavyweights. So it was Declan and Bilal I don't know who took over 99, under 99, but they were the two that took those 2 spots.
Over 99, because Declan's doing under.
So Bilal must be the over 99, but I don't think he's not he wouldn't be a heavyweight. He would only be under 99 or under 88 himself. But
Declan looks heaps better now that he looks like way more agile and strong. He looks stronger.
He's actually back. He came in the gym last night. He got back yesterday. He
Oh,
literally flew home straight after.
isn't he going to AIGA?
Yeah, next weekend. So I think he's back for a few weeks.
Yeah, right.
He just came in, bashed everyone, jet lagged last night, and goes home to bed.
he's got that
in Kazakhstan.
in Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
He's fucking flying around, man.
Yeah, he's clocking up some miles, getting some experience. It's good. That's what you need.
Getting paid, hopefully.
Why you've got that little window of like being at the top. You just got to take it, eh?
Have you and Declan ever talked about future plans for him when it's all over?
I'd say he'll open up a gym, to be honest. Like, he'll be a huge name by then. He'll be able to open up a gym anywhere. I imagine he'll be settled back in Adelaide, but yeah, whatever he wants to do, I'll support him. I'd say if he opens a gym, it'd be what Adelaide needs, like a super high level coach. Just pull him open in a gym somewhere, just and he's such a good coach too. He's been coaching since he was like started training, since he was at blue belt level. He's been learning coaching, so he has so much technique and so much knowledge. He'll build champions for sure.
Well, he also has like a pretty long time at the top still. For his weight, I think he's got a while.
Yeah, because he's only like 28 or something. I think.
Yeah, he hasn't even.
And now that he's a heavyweight, it's like heavyweights are still going at 40.
Athletes hit fucking their prime later now as well. Like 32, 31 is usually considered a prime now, whereas back in the day, you would have thought it would have been 26 to 30.
Mid-20s. And he's getting better every time he gets out. Like, it's not like he's plateaued, like peaked. It's like, man, his ceiling's a long way off.
It's a shame that you won't see like Musameshi and shit in the CJIs, because that's a pretty fun format for these kind of people.
Who knows? But CJI changes every year, so who knows what next year's format will be? It might be different again.
I reckon him and UFC hopefully will work it out. Well, that's going to fucking end. That's going to end terribly.
Who knows? There's always war going on. Last year was CJI and ADCC. Now they're friends. Now CJI and UFC. It's all good, right? Because they're all talking about each other. They're all building hype. Like it's just more eyes on the sport. More people are like, oh, I didn't know about this one, or I didn't know about this one. They're working together. Like, all publicity is good publicity in some way.
And Muay Thai's back.
Muay Thai's back.
Muay Thai's
Adelaide
back.
Muay Thai is like booming compared to MMA.
Adelaide Muay Thai is fucking back for like it was a SA Muay Thai League.
Right, SA Muay Thai League, and shout out to Kim Johnson. He was on the show as main event. I haven't seen Kim fight for years, but like he's one of the OG Knees of Fury fighters. Like, sick to watch him. And I reckon I debuted in maybe 2005. He had already fought. He's younger than me, but he'd already fought. He was like 16 or 17. He'd already had fights. So have like 21 years later, main event in a show still. What a fucking legend. Absolute gunner. And it was a sick fight. He fought a Thai, and it was like full proper Thai fight. Like, we don't get them very often in Adelaide anymore, but it was like a proper Muay Thai fight, and it was sick to watch.
Yeah, with what they're doing and what Pride's doing and fucking...
Yeah, Pride's killing it. They're elite show, amateur and pro.
Yeah, and I don't know how she manages to get... Like, putting together 10 grappling matches or 15 grappling matches would be hard, but then putting together 38 fucking Muay
Yeah,
Thai.
it's like a 20 match amateur card, 2 hour break, and then go, shout out to Carly, just killing it. Like,
I don't know how that fucking
imagine
girl
dealing
does
with
it.
all the pullouts, all the changes, all the like people whinging about weight and rules and.
Do you just have
ages
to
and
get
shit.
people blood tested?
Yeah, they're
You
pretty
do?
strict. The new commission, it used to just be run by one guy, Tommy Hunter. He used to be the whole South Australian commission on his own for years and just killed it, like just had everything running. Then they replaced him with like a whole team, and it's harder to deal with the whole team than it was to deal with one guy. Like, so you got to get everything now, brain scan. Even for amateurs, you got to get brain scans, medical. We got probably one of the hardest, like, registrations to get through. When you do your first fight, you got to do blood tests, medical, and MRI. So it's like $500-600 to get it all done, and you have to do that just if you're gonna have one fight. Like, that's what you got to pay.
Fuck.
Some at Queensland, you go there and they're just like, cool, yeah, blood test. How you feeling? Good. All right, tick your box. Bang, jump in, have a fight. No pads needed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
State, down here, where I mean, it's good. It makes it all safer and better, but it's quite frustrating at times too.
But yeah, I'm excited for Muay Thai. It's fucking making its return. It's so fun. If people don't go out, if you like MMA and like there's not heaps of MMA on in South Australia, fucking find a local Muay Thai show and just go to it. They're so fucking fun, man.
Where we're at right now, like, they're rebuilding. They've got 3 good amateur shows, doing 3 shows a year. And then I feel like in a year or two, once all these amateurs, some guys in these amateur shows have had like, 6, 7, 8 fights. In a year or two, they're all going to go pro, and then pro Muay Thai is going to boom in Adelaide again. I reckon, like,
When the Aarons and all them go pro.
2026, probably to end of next year to 2027, there's going to be so many pro fighters in Adelaide, and I feel like that's when, like, Pride, Carly's going to have a massive crop, and she's going to have built all these guys up on an amateur show. People are already going to know them, so it's going to pop off again, and you're going to get all these, like, big fights.
Yeah, and do you reckon Knees would be done in South Australia business, eh?
He said after the last one he cancelled, he said he's never doing another one, but who knows? I think he just wanted to do one more just to do a big send-off, but it just didn't happen. But there's not, he only does pro shows, and there's just not that many pros anymore in Adelaide. Carly does a good job of getting a good card together, but, like, yeah, outside of that, and yeah, it's hard to get a pro show in Adelaide.
I'm so fucking excited to talk to that Boyd.
Yeah, you were saying Boyd Clark's going to be on here. I remember him. Yeah, I chatted to him
so
years
excited.
ago. The founder of PTT, and been in Thailand for 15 years or something.
Yeah, when I was talking to him, it was like, oh, I owned a gym, and it's like, oh, when like you meet a fucking Aussie dude that's moved to Thailand, you're like, oh, he's like,
I can't remember where he
up.
started. Somehow we just meet people online.
Yeah.
We talked to him. We had conversations years ago. And I can't remember where he started, but then wherever he went, the next one he opened was PTT, and that for a while that was like
Tiger.
Yeah, that was right down the road from me, and that was like the main rival. And then I don't even know the story of why it went down. I know you said it was something to do with COVID and stuff, but just over the years. Yeah, he's had some crazy. You got to ask him about. He had heaps of fighters through there.
Chris Cyborg, everyone.
Yeah, even Rob Lacida, he was a fucking wild man in 1FC. He was through there, but yeah, a lot of guys. Crazy. McSweeney was there for a bit. Just heaps of random fighters.
You'd never dabble in like a MMA or Muay Thai show.
I had my promoter's license and I let it expire. I was like, nah. No, I think I'll stick with jiu-jitsu. I just want to build. I really like jiu-jitsu. I love coaching MMA and Muay Thai and stuff in the gym and the fighters and going and being part of the shows and putting guys on. But like mainly I want to...
Can we get combat jiu-jitsu here? Can we do that yet?
You can, but it's like hybrid MMA. You basically have to do everything you do for an MMA show and then modify the MMA rules to combat jiu-jitsu. Like there's no CJJ rules. So Harry was supposed to have... for example, Harry was supposed to have an MMA fight, slap jiu-jitsu fight on this TFC. But for him to do it, he would have to do the full medical, red joint, everything MMA fighter does. And I said to him, do you really want to pay all that money for your MRI, your blood, your medical, everything, just to have a 8-minute slap match where you're going to throw probably 10 slaps and then it's over and you probably won't do it again? And that's why he's just doing jiu-jitsu now.
Yeah,
So
right.
if you had a card, that would be the hard part. If you have a 15-match combat jiu-jitsu card, everyone on there has to have a medical and stuff. So who's really going to fork out that much money to do it?
If you
That's
did
the
it
thing.
for like 2 or 3 fights, would you have to get everyone tested on the card the same?
No, just the people that are doing it.
'Cause
But then you have to have a sanctioning body too, so then I have to pay ISKA to come and run the event.
just for
me. It's
2
not just-
fights.
with jiu-jitsu, we're off the radar. There's no sanctioning, no commission, nothing. It's just we just run a show.
I think I like the idea of slap jiu-jitsu more than I'd actually like it.
I had that match years ago in
Yeah, and that
Tasmania.
guy fucking tried to put you through the fucking...
and it was fun, but I was like, this is basically just makes jiu-jitsu shitter and MMA shitter. I don't like. I like watching it sometimes, but sometimes you watch it and they're like, instead of just doing like a submission or holding them, they start slapping them and fall over, and it gets pretty messy. But then you see guys
fucked
just
up his orbital, eh?
yeah. Just
Oh,
a
was
big
that?
arm strike? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause that's a good thing. You hold the back of the head, and they're like. Most of them, you're not supposed to like curl your fingers or go like down, but in Tasmania, like you can hit with the front of your hand, the back of your hand, up, down, whatever. They didn't give a fuck. There
Getting
was no-
backhanded
Imagine that.
would actually be fucking so disrespectful.
But my plan was I'm just going to take him down past his guard and choke him. If I slap him, I slap him, but I'm not going out of my way to slap a guy that I can choke.
You wouldn't want to get into a slap off with someone. He was like 30 kilos bigger than you.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
Yeah. And shout out to fucking Deacon. He seems to come to like every single... He'd have to be the most consistent interstate fighter.
Yeah, I think I seen him put up a post just before after he shared Adam and said he'd been on 9 of them, which is crazy. And he always brings guys with him because he's also a coach. Like he's a sick athlete, but he runs the
HTC.
HTC Jiu-Jitsu program. They got a good gym down there. I think he's one of the main coaches down there and a PT and stuff. But yeah, he's just a good guy to work with. Everyone's like, oh, you guys favour him. But I'm like, we don't. We put up Who Wants to Matches. He puts his name down and he never says no to a match. He fought fucking Lucas Cainard on like a few weeks' notice because no one else would do it. He's fought everyone and he's never said no, never asked for any special treatment. He's just like, you need a guy, Deacon will do it. He wants to compete. He just wants to get better.
He trains with Razor Rob, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, his main training partner.
Who's a fucking mad dog. He's a legend.
PFL champion.
PFL champ, but he fell short in their last.
Yeah.
Just
Shout out to him. He's doing it all out of Tasmania now, out of their own gym, homegrown talent. Tasmania doesn't have a massive pool of people, and HTC are down there holding their own on the biggest shows in the world.
Yeah, I don't. It's good that he's getting money from fucking PFL. He's one of the only fighters doing that, dude.
He banked $1 million when it was still $1 million.
I don't imagine. I really don't see that promotion lasting, man.
Francis Ngannou wanted everyone to get paid, then took all the PFL's
And now
money.
he's begging. He's fucking begging Dana White to take him back.
How was that though? He's like, yeah, UFC doesn't treat the fighters good, rah, goes in,
Straight
gets a
back.
$6 million payday from PFL. Straight away, they drop all the champions down from $1 million to 500,000. All the Bellator champions get cut and left to the UFC, and no one else is getting paid. And he's just like, you didn't care about anyone else's money. Good on you. Chase the money. That's what you got to do. MMA is a selfish sport, but like, yeah, he took PFL for a ride.
The UFC really, really, really need him in the division, though. Heavyweight's such a fucking terrible division, man. There's
Not even a division. It's been dead for years. Nothing's happened since Jones just took the belt and laughed about it.
Well, it's even before then, since like even since Cormier left, and even then, it's just all the thinnest, shittest division. Like Bam Bam is still in the top 10, and he's on a fucking 6-fight skid.
It's like that worldwide though. Like there's no heavyweights in Australia. There's like a handful in Oceania. Like it's just
Brando.
Anyone that big goes and does a different sport. Basketball, footy, rugby, fucking in America, NFL. Like there's so many other ways to make way more money than fighting. Heavyweight boxing, like the MMA is for heavyweight. MMA is like down the ladder of sports. For littler guys, it's probably up the ladder.
It's because most of the big dudes do like rugby and fucking shit like
You're gonna get
that.
paid way more than doing MMA.
I wonder. Well, there's that Kevin, who's that bloke that fucking he's a Hex heavyweight champ. I'm pretty sure he beat Brando as well.
Yeah, Randall Raymond.
Randall Raymond. He's fucking came out with a rap song, eh?
He's a legend, man. He's been around forever. He's got some wild stories. And he just beats all good guys. He just can take a beating, take him down, submit him. He's had bare knuckle boxing fights. He's a fucking wild man.
Did you see he's starting like a foot rubbing business
No, I did not.
on Instagram?
Of all the things he could do, I did not think that would be one of them.
You hire him and he'll come and rub your feet. I don't know if it's real. I don't know with that kind if it's real or not because he's such a fucking
I hate
out there
everything
dude.
about that. I'd never rub anyone's feet, and I don't even want someone to rub my feet.
Heavyweight definitely is the most shallow division. And then
Yeah, worldwide. It always has been. Even in Glory and that, there's always been some sick guys.
featherweight, lightweight, welter. That's where kind of everything of resides usually.
Back in the 90s, heavyweight kickboxing was insane. The K1 days, early 2000s and that, we had like Ernesto, all the K1 guys and the Dutch guys, and everyone was fighting Japan. That's when it was huge money, and when that died off, it never really kept going.
I think welter would have to be the best division in the UFC anyway at the moment.
Yeah, it was
With
lightweight for
JDM.
years, and then that's kind of dropped off a little bit.
JDM, Islam, Shavkat, fucking everyone, dude. It's just a stacked Islams in there now.
JDM's a weapon. He's an Australian hero. He's going to be around the top for a long time.
JDM's gonna fucking beat Islam, dude. He might fucking beat him. I didn't realise he was a black belt. I just never knew.
Yeah.
And then after that fucking fight, I was like, oh, he's so good.
A lot of people don't realise Scrappy MMA have got so many good guys. Like Jack Becker, people have seen him fighting that, but he's a super high level black belt and has been for years. Killer wrestler, like so good. They got him. Jack has his brother, who's like a high level coach and fighter himself. Obviously, Jack is the big name now, but like Josh was super good as well. They got Rod Costa over there. They got a team just full of killers. So like they in gym.
Is Rod Costa from Scrappy?
Well, he's from Costa, but like, they all train together, so they got like a pretty big team. That
He's
sort of branches
done
out.
M16 now.
Yeah, he's been on M16 Open. He's the internal champion. He's like a high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. But they've got so many good guys that spread way further than people think. Like their team could just do in-house training for. All
He came down
basically.
he came down the last M16 Open with Josh.
Yeah, Josh trains at Costa Academy. Yeah.
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 Oh, no shit.
So he has a big gym, and that's where Jack Becker coaches. But then they all train pro together at Scrappy MMA.
Yeah, that was fucking...
But yeah, Jack's got such a good team around him that he'll be out there for a while. No one's knocking him off the top.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem like he's going to go and do anything, get to like Hollywood and let it kind of... He's just going to be training in Perth.
Super quiet dude, super down to earth, and just like he knew he wanted to be champion. He made it happen. His coach Ben Vickers is an absolute legend. Like they've pretty much made a plan for him and executed it from... I think he lost his first 2 pro fights. And they decided like
he lost
we're going to get you to the UFC. You're not going to lose again.
He lost to he fought at Hex we went to with Zach. Dark dude. Not Bayard, fucking
Adam
Bates. He lost to him by KO, I believe.
And then he went on with like a massive
and then he knocked
it.
He got it back.
Yeah, he got it back. Brutal.
That's pretty dope.
They set out a plan and just executed it, and that's
I'm really surprised Bates hasn't got a call from Dana White's Contender Series.
He's a bit older, man. He's like 36, I think. Like that's the only reason why, because he's got some crazy power and he's a good all-round fighter, but he's just a little bit too old.
Genetic freak.
Like you look at him, you wouldn't think he's as old as he is. Not that he's old, but like for the UFC, they generally don't sign anyone over sort of 32, 33. That's they cut off, I think.
When I seen him, I was like, oh, you're one of those dudes that are just a fucking specimen, eh? He's just a specimen of a dude.
And he makes welter. No, yeah, he does.
He makes welter, but
you're a big light heavyweight.
Yeah. That's what even Kamaru Usman. That's what he used to look like. Just a fucking or still. I don't know. He
still looked good on the weekend.
Bro, I don't. He did not look like he missed a fucking step.
Yeah.
Did you see him getting off of his bus to the fight?
Nah.
He can't even walk off of a bus.
They said about that, like, my knees. Like, my knees are fine. I can still do exactly what I want to do with these guys. And just took him down and handled him.
He literally, when he was walking off, like, the UFC bus to go to the event, has to, like, go sideways and step down one step at a time because he can't walk down them. But then he can shoot fucking blast doubles.
Insane, right? He can't step, but he can just fold them.
Oh, he looked so good, man.
That's crazy. And he's, like... 38, right? Something like that. Like,
yeah, I was shitting on him because
38's the new prime.
at the pre-fight press conferences and shit, he was like, "Oh, we're going on another title run." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." You're never going on a title run. Buckley's gonna knock you out and just boof. He just and he fucking always forget that Comes Up didn't really beat him that well.
Nah, and then last he came back. Like if that was a 5-round fight, he probably would have lost. Comes Up had nothing for him in the end.
And which weight class was that at?
84.
84.
Yeah, 84 on short notice.
Yeah, right. So that would have been a very diminished version of Comes Up.
Yeah.
If he's because he fights at what 205?
No, he fights at 84. He used to make welterweight, and now he's staying at middleweight. So Kamaru went up.
Yeah. Oh, Kamaru went up.
Yeah. Because I think when Comes Up come into the UFC, he was 77, but now I think he's more 84. Because he's fighting. Is he not fighting Duplessis for the title?
Yeah.
185.
Yeah. Yeah, which I think that's another. There's so many fucking good fights coming up.
Yeah, it's a good time to be an MMA, combat sports fight, jiu-jitsu, kickbox. Everything's going off. It's sick.
How do you see Topuria? How do you see Topuria and Oliveira going? You're a dog.
I love Oliveira. To be honest, you can never count him out, but I think Topuria is big enough to be a 155 champion for sure. I reckon he beats them all. I wasn't sold, and then what he did to Volk and Max back to back, and I'm like, this guy's unbelievable. When you watch his grappling videos, hasn't had to use it, but he's a fucking unbelievably good grappler.
There's a video.
Super high level.
I know there's different weight classes for reasons, but there's a video of him absolutely manhandling Merab.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Like, you're just about it like a child, but like you said, weight classes, but still, a guy that small, you know, you see DJ wrestling bigger guys, sometimes he does good. Merab was just like, not today, buddy, he's done.
Yeah, I don't know if Topuria, I don't know if he beats him, but I hope he doesn't. But if he, I keep watching fucking.
Is it for a belt? Is it a
it's
title
for
fight?
it's Islam's belt.
So I'll say he's undisputed title.
Undisputed title.
Yeah, sick.
But I would keep watching videos of Topuria training, and fucking he is so good, man. Like, just watching him hit pads, he's looking so thick too.
I thought he was, I just hated him talking at the start, and then I realised I didn't really hate him. I just didn't want him to, I just loved Volks.
He just
that was
fought,
my whole hate
yeah.
for Topuria was like, everything he was saying was about Volks. As soon as he started talking about other people, I'm like, yeah, I can't really hate you, eh? You're a hell good fighter. You're actually pretty humble. He's giving Volks heaps of props. He gave Holloway hot props. He's just building his brand. But he's that good. Now I probably think he's one of my favourite fighters. I hate to say it, but yeah, I'm a Topuria fan.
If he within 2 years knocks out Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Joel Oliveira, it's kind of hard to not say he's the best pound-for-pound fighter.
100%. And that blows Connor's legacy out of the water. Like, Connor had such a sick run, did so much, but those three names back, he's like...
That's massive.
elite, yeah.
And he's getting them, like, not far off their primes.
Well, Volks come back and won the belt.
Yeah.
So he was still the number 2 guy in the division.
Yeah.
And Holloway probably could have grabbed the belt too.
Yeah, like, he's not fighting people hell diminished. Like, Oliveira is still fucking hell bad. That's a legit win.
Yeah.
Like, beating this version of Oliveira fucking bashed Chandler. Chandler's a good fighter.
What about Poirier and Holloway?
I actually really, really, really want Poirier to knock him out. But not because I hate Max. I want it because I just really want to see Poirier just ride off.
He never won the undisputed belt. He's had probably one of the best
This
careers.
is for the BMF belt.
Yeah, you want him to go on a knockout, and unfortunately Holloway will come back anyway, so regardless, like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Let's see Poirier get a fucking knockout. Is that on the card we're watching at the barbecue?
No,
that's Topuria and
yeah, it's Topuria and Oliveira. And then Pantoja's on that card with Kai Kara France, I
that's
think.
a good fight too.
That's a good fight. But I really hope Poirier at least gets a good scrap and just gets the win, like a fucking majority decision.
Yeah.
But a knockout would be sick.
A knockout would be sick.
And Max, I don't know how good his chin's going.
I can't see Max knocking Poirier out, but I can see Poirier knocking him out. But I can see it being another epic battle. Actually, no, he knocked the fuck out of Gaethje. Who am I kidding? Poirier, Holloway can still knock anyone out. I forget about that last 10 seconds in the Gaethje fight sometimes.
Gaethje's having a full meltdown at the moment.
There's just no place for him, really.
He's refusing to fight unless it's for a title. But he's coming off a loss.
And Topuria would probably knock him out too.
Topuria would fucking knock him out.
It's a bad matchup.
That's a terrible matchup for Gaethje. Topuria's just so fast, man. And he's so big. I didn't realise how big he is. Like, my whole thing about him, Piro's been saying it for like a couple of years now. He's like, Topuria's actually a pretty fucking big man. And every time I see him, he's like filling into his like 155 body more.
Yeah. Yeah, when you deplete yourself for so long, all of a sudden when you do move up, get bigger and your body just like
and you're like,
naturally absorbs the energy.
How the fuck did they used to make 145? It'll be the same thing with him.
Look at Connor now. He's like a big middleweight.
Connor's never fighting ever again.
He's not, but just in general, like that guy is like probably walking around at 200 pounds.
Did you see him doing hill sprints the other day? He was in like fucking Monte Carlo in like driving Ferraris around, and he's just doing hill sprints up this fucking road.
Sweating out last night's bender.
He's doing it with a cigar in his mouth.
It's a big fair play to him. You've done that much to get to that spot in your life where you can just sit on yachts and sprint up hills with cigars in your mouth. Enjoy it, man.
BKFC's absolutely anything he touches just turns to gold, man. BKFC, I don't hell love it, but I love, like, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I would if it came to Adelaide, I would go.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go to Perth, but yeah, if it popped up on your doorstep, you'd watch for sure. I usually tune in and watch a few of the fights too. I always watch the highlights because
it's fun.
Most of the fights are that short; they're just a highlight anyway.
It's hell fun. I don't know why the fuck they decided to do that in Perth and think that they were going to get away with it.
Yeah, and I talked to someone that, like, it was on an AFL night. They bid 13,000 people venue, and that, like, it was everything about the promotion was like bad steps for it not to go well. They should have done it in Queensland, a 5,000 seat venue, throw some Queenslanders on there, get some Muay Thai guys on there, and then they would have been had no worries, eh? But yeah, they went too big in the wrong state.
Yeah, I like what Dan Hooker's doing. I like the one.
Yeah, the 1 minute fights is sick.
The 1 minute, I'm pretty sure he's in trouble for doing them.
Is he?
I don't know. I think in New Zealand they put it like that Dan Hooker's the face of in a newspaper. They're like Dan Hooker, face of like a legal underground fight club.
But to be fair, if it's on your property, they're agreeing to be there. Is it
Yeah.
illegal? Like, is it legal for me and you just go out there and have a punch on right now because
I
I
don't
don't like
know.
what you said? Who knows? If you don't report me, like if you don't say anything, I don't say anything. It's like, well, how's anyone else's problem?
I don't know.
But imagine if someone died.
And they're getting paid.
Yeah, imagine if someone got really badly injured or died. It's like, that's where obviously the legalities of it come into it. But luckily no one did and everyone had fun. They all went home. Well,
Yeah.
you assume they did. Who knows? There's dudes there with big bungle mob tattoos on their back, and it was pretty heavily gang affiliated.
I think that's what got someone in trouble because he was like an ex-Mongrel Moms member and he
was supposed to be at like a parole meeting or something, wasn't he? He was supposed to check in with his officer and he didn't.
Yeah, but Dan Hooker got him out of jail, I think.
Yeah, so you got to be a bit careful, but at the same time, fucking, I enjoyed watching it. The one he did in Thailand was hilarious.
That was the one I liked
and he's
mostly.
just on the microphone, just drinking paro. People are standing around. I'm like that's again, there's a sport. There's a spot in combat sports for everything. Like, not everyone's going to enjoy that. I wouldn't want to promote it. I would never put my hands anywhere near it. But if it's going to be online, I'll watch it for sure.
That's like King of the Streets. I love King of the Streets, dude.
I just wish they'd put some foam mats down underneath. Like, they're already fighting in a fenced off enclosure.
It's wild.
Put some mats down at least, just so they don't die from hitting their back of their heads on the ground, you know?
There's some brutal, and they don't stop when the person's like tapping or anything. They stop when he's done.
It's popping up everywhere though. They used to talk about it's like GTG. Hoodrich
Yeah.
Hefner did one in Sydney. Dan Hooker's doing one. It's everywhere.
I don't think anyone does it to the level of production value and like brutality of because King of the Streets is
that's
like,
the one where they're in like the actual just a makeshift fence. So it's like a square.
King of the Streets. Their last event was in a bullfighting arena. Yeah, dude. It was in a coliseum, and fucking. I'll show you. It's so good. I
mean, Adam's doing something similar. Adam's about to do a car park jiu-jitsu one. I guess it's not quite the same, obviously, because no one's going to get knocked out. But
look, Adam's a hell eccentric man, and I think it will go well. You just got to make sure no one's fucking hurting themselves. Yeah. Like, you just got to make sure no one kills themselves.
The power of the internet is everything has a spot now. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be someone that wants to watch it or wants to do anything.
All right, here we go.
But yeah, since Dan Hooker's done this, I've noticed they've just been popping up everywhere.
The last event they did was called El Matador. This one.
Oh, it actually is.
Oh man, it's so
it's crazy. I was at 800,000 views. So obviously people want to see this. 7 million subscribers too, so it's not a small thing. It's crazy though, because then obviously we're talking about UFC. In a coliseum.
Yeah,
no rules. Do they get paid?
Yeah, I'd hope so. I hope they do.
Just the winner. The other loser just gets scraped off the mat and sent back to the dungeon underneath for next time.
Well,
full gladiators.
Oh, that's actually a tap out.
When are you going to start promoting street fights in Adelaide?
I fucking thought about it. It was like, fuck, this is a pretty hot topic right now. Some of them actually have like fairly good grappling skills and stuff, but in these, like, you're allowed to headbutt. That kind of freaks me out a bit.
Yeah, it's just brutal. It's like
and you can tell you can't tell me that man has not done time in jail.
Time in jail, steroids, street fighter, like none of the things you really want to be promoting, but all the things you like enjoying other people do it for you.
I wonder what the finish was. There you go. Oh, that's the finish.
It's wild.
Oh, man.
It's basically gone back to the Roman Empire days. It's like, all right, there's just a dude standing there that gives a thumb up or thumbs down. It's
and then that fucking run it sport, that kid died.
Yeah, that was why we were talking about
so
that.
Sad.
Run it again is the same thing. They're like just run at each other, and sometimes they do like a wicked shoulder bump, and they drop them. Other times they just run headfirst into each other and just get knocked out. It's like I said to you, I'm like that's gonna end badly, and then next minute someone. Recipes
especially when you've got 135 kilo fucking Samoans and Kiwis.
It's a crowd, and then you put 500 people there yelling. Everyone gets the adrenaline and just like don't think about the consequences of just headbutting each other at full pelt.
I was watching some boys, because it's like a fucking brand new sport, they don't know how to do it, and he's like, make sure one of you go left and one of you go right with your heads, or you're gonna fucking like, you have to make the agreement before.
And in that split second, they both decide to go the same way. But boom, it's like, you know.
I thought you meant you're right.
It should always be like outside, you know, like you're on this side, you're on this side, you go that way. Then, but yeah, I said it to you. I called it straight away. She's like, this is sick. I'm like, it's enjoyable, but someone's getting fucked. Someone's getting hurt in that for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, it's hell surprising that no one's fucking died in the UFC really before, like, or during, probably
years
later.
A lot more from like accumulated damage, but people always die like in the hospital after, you know, they might have a seizure or a brain thing. But it's just, but people have died doing everything. AFL players have died. Soccer players drop dead now. Apparently, like having a heart attack on the field is not a out of sorts thing anymore.
Do you see Bilardo get KO'd by Paul Craig?
No, the head kick on the ground. Yeah, he went in. It was so close to being legal too. They ruled out no contest. They didn't even DQ him
because he was fake.
What?
He faked it.
What, the knockout?
Did you not see it?
No, because I thought I was at the Muay Thai fight, so I was watching it on my phone.
He flopped.
So what actually happened? Because he kicked him in the face. I thought he got knocked out, and then I looked up and he was like trying to wrestle the referee against the cage.
No, he oh,
no way.
He pretended to get knocked out.
So what did they do? Disqualify him now, or
no? It was just a no contest.
I guess it's still an illegal technique. How you react to it's up to you. The old Aljamain Sterling versus PDN.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, he full just flopped. He connected to here, but
it did look like a pretty a hell over the top knockout for what he did. Eh?
But look at the reaction of him.
That's hilarious. Paul Craig cracks me up.
So here he looks at the ref, and then he goes down, and then he has to. And then
I didn't see that. That's hilarious. Then he starts freaking out.
But everyone's called him out, so everyone's like, "That's the most embarrassing fucking thing."
What do you do about it though? It's still an illegal technique, but the way he acted's pretty.
Yeah. So when he goes down, he legit full looks at the ref.
He looks up first, and then goes down, then opens his eyes to see if anyone's looking.
There is delayed KOs and stuff, but
that's not one of them.
But that's not one of them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You could see Dominic. You could hear Dominic Cruz, I think, was on the mic. He's like trying not to say it, but he was like, "Yeah."
Remember when Sterling and PDA fought, and PDA kneed him in the head, and Sterling like played dead for ages, and he's like, "I didn't want to win the belt like this." And 2 hours later, he's like, "The champ is here," like walking around with the belt.
So everyone's saying that's overtaken Aljamain Sterling's performance.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, to be honest. I was only watching it because we were at the fights just on a phone, so I didn't catch like the details. But that's hilarious. So that's what happened.
Do you have is M16 been busy?
Flat out, man. We've had fights every weekend for ages now. We had. Yeah, not every weekend, but grappling. There's either grappling, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, or MMA every like two weeks minimum. We got like last week, next week, the week after, and I think it'll just be like that forever now. I'm always like, it used to be like every 3 months or something. Now it's just every weekend there's something different. And then I'm heading over to CJI in August, so that'll be hectic too. Keep everything going as much as I can, really.
That's good for winter.
Yeah,
because usually winter's when it like
the gym doesn't slow down. Like the actual classes and stuff have been crazy. We've got heaps of young talent coming through, but yeah, because there's so many fights now, I think old gyms, I don't think it's just mine. I've been talking to friends own gyms. I think the sports, like I said, Muay Thai's popping off, so Muay Thai's super busy again. Jiu-Jitsu's been on the uprise for the last few years, but then the last 12 months since CJI and ADCC and that, crazy.
I wonder why
MMA.
Yeah, I wonder why, because everyone watches MMA.
Only here though, like interstate is, but I mean, there's some gyms in Adelaide. I see their classes. They have like 20, 30 people in the class. But like only a couple of people fighting, so the hardest thing is just get them to fight. And I'm the opposite. I don't really like training people for MMA unless they're going to fight. I don't see the point in it. Like jiu-jitsu, you grade and do belts and stuff, but MMA is not that fun. Like holding someone against the wall for a whole class isn't fun, but it's what you got to do if you're going to fight. So we always train MMA guys as a fight class, and we just don't have that many people that do it. But that's statewide. We have probably just as many fighters as other gyms, but like 1/10 of the amount of people that do MMA. Our like training MMA to fight ratio is huge, but we just don't have many people that do it.
I've actually never thought of that. Why the fuck would you train MMA if you never want to fight?
I was talking to someone the other day, one of the dads of the kids that do it.
It's no point.
Yeah, like jiu-jitsu's killer. You come in, you learn a cool move like a berimbolo or heel hook. You like go home being like, you'll never hit it, but you're like, fuck, that was sick. I know how to do this move. Muay Thai, you get fit, you do some cool kicks, you might learn something cool in sparring. Like, that was sick. MMA, you come in and like someone just pushes you against the fence for an hour and holds you down and slaps you around a bit, and you're like,
I guess if
that
you
was
do,
fucking stupid. Why did I do that? I didn't learn anything. All I did, but that's like how you get good at MMA. You got to learn the positions and just work out of them and stuff.
if you do like jiu-jitsu and you like doing Muay Thai, though, it's probably nice just to test everything out, like go in and chip, but like actual just going to MMA class and not doing anything else would be fucking...
It takes so long to learn because you do a little bit of everything, so you suck at everything. You're like, oh, I'm getting better at striking in MMA. You go into a Muay Thai class, you get bashed.
It's like building every base at the same time, so it's like, a bit slower.
Yeah, I'm getting good at grappling, and then you go jiu-jitsu and some dude just starts heel hooking, and you're like, I fucking haven't done this before. What are you doing? Get off my leg. Like, it's so different now. All the sports are like, they're each thing. You got to do them all and then combine them.
You'll be able to also go into MMA later. Like Aaron will not need to train an MMA fight, like train for an MMA fight to go and beat the shit out of someone.
Yeah, I hope he goes to MMA. That kid can do whatever he wants.
I think you should force him to do at least one MMA fight.
I think he wants to. I think his plan is to, but you can't fight MMA until you're 18 in South Australia, so he's just humping out the Muay Thai fights. He might have like 25 Muay Thai fights by the time he gets to 18. You're
going to have to lie about his age. You're going to have to tell people he's a 24-year-old man.
I took him over to Bali earlier in the year for the WKA, like Asia Championships or whatever. And before I seen his passport, I was still skeptical. I was like, this cunt's going to come in with a birth certificate handwritten, being like, I am 16. Then I seen his passport. I'm like, man, he really is 16.
I don't believe that.
He's a strong 16-year-old. I'll give him that.
What is he? He's Filipino. Yeah, they're fucking lying.
Good fighting genetics.
They're lying about his age. Probably, apparently his family's hell lovely as well.
Yeah, no, he is. His brother always comes in, helps him out train, and they all came to Bali as well. But yeah, he's a bright, talented kid with a bright future for sure.
Yeah, I've never seen a kid that fucking good.
Made him bash you up.
Oh man, but he's like built like a fucking man already. Yeah. He's going to be like a natural welterweight when he's older.
Yeah, he was like 83, 84 when he was 15, and we're like, mate, there's no 15-year-old kids that can fight you. So he got cut down, changed the way he's lifting. He's doing powerlifting and all sorts. Cut down. Now he's like mid-70s. He gets more fights, but like, yeah, he'll blow back up when he needs to.
He's a big fucking kid.
And strong too. He's got like man strength at 16.
Yeah, I was saying on the pod to someone the other day, there was like 3-4 years when like Gilly and all that kind of left. Muay Thai in Adelaide kind of died as well. Yeah. And then there would have, like, Muay Thai classes would have been dead for years.
Yeah, they were just like small, like not that many people wanted to fight, and then Aaron fought, and there's a whole group of young guys with him, and there's a few older guys back in that. But yeah, it's definitely picked up. But it is like fights. Like when you train footy, you play footy, everyone sees it, you watch AFL and stuff. Like you get around it. When there's no fights on, it's like what makes you motivated to do the sport? Now there's consistent fights on, consistent fighters. People want to do it again. That's why jiu-jitsu needs shows, so that you want to do it, you want to see it. So
there's Valley Muay Thai, SA Muay Thai, Pride.
Yeah. And then a few Muay Thai fights on DFC usually as well. So there's sometimes like, 9 or 10 opportunities a year to fight.
See, cage Muay Thai, if someone just started a pure cage Muay Thai fucking promotion in South Australia, I would fucking back it 100%.
It's right, because then you get the full Thai gyms that are like, no, we don't want to do it.
Oh, fuck them.
I just fight I don't care. I'm not traditional. I just like fighting.
I don't even...
It's jiu-jitsu, wrestling, Muay Thai, boxing, where you do it, how you do it. I just like watching it, I like coaching, I like training, I like doing it. Like, it's just... I like fight sports.
Yeah, I want to see like Matty Stevens in a cage with 4-ounce gloves.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Jack Spacey and 4-ounce gloves. He's built for that, eh?
Fuck that. He's such a laser puncher. He would just kill people.
Even in boxing gloves, like Muay Thai and boxing gloves in a cage is fine too. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's still good, but like your 4-ounce gloves,
4-ounce is fun.
Just shortens your career a little bit.
And it was Leon Daris is coming back, I believe.
Yeah, Leroy is a gun too.
Leroy's coming back. I've been in talks with the bloke he fought, Curran. We're going to do a pod.
Yeah, the Irish guy.
Yeah.
He's wild.
Apparently he's a wild man.
Yeah, he fights like just hands down, calling you on, getting hit. Like he's entertaining.
Yeah, I would love to. I love watching 4-ounce Muay Thai. I reckon that's probably my favourite, like, kind of new sport. I don't know how new it is. Yeah, 4-ounce Muay Thai in a cage.
John Wayne Parr did it years ago. He had that cage Muay Thai. I don't know if he was the first to do it, but I think he was the first promotion to run like purely on just cage Muay Thai. He had some superstars back then.
The cage makes it fun because you get stuck, and that's when fun knockouts happen.
Yeah, a lot more knockouts happen in the what they call it, the red zone of the cage.
Well, it's probably worse for Muay Thai purists and stuff. They really kind of rely on being able to fucking use the ropes and kind of angle off and shit. So I understand that, but it's just you just got to fucking train for that.
Yeah, Like, I love pure Muay Thai, but not like it's not the most exciting sport ever. So if you don't like MMA grappling, like watch Muay Thai, but it's not anything like it.
Yeah.
It's a completely different sport again. They're all different.
I wonder what the pure Muay Thai gym life's like. That'd be fucking miserable sometimes. Running a pure Muay Thai
It's
gym.
the same thing.
They all hate each other. Like they most.
So do all jiu-jitsu gym. So does everyone hates everyone in life.
Every fucking purist gym in South Australia just fucking hate each other.
And I just don't give a fuck. I like everything.
The
I like
MMA's
Muay
pretty
Thai.
good.
Yeah, there's only a handful of gyms, so they have to get along.
There's really not that many like MMA gyms in Adelaide.
No, there's like 4 main ones: CCMA, Element, Trinity, Cardio Flex, and I guess us. We don't have that many fighters really.
Elements fucking doing. They're the most active gym in South Australia.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Trinity's got some really good guys coming through at the moment. They got that Antonio Cesare locally. He's probably my favourite fighter. He's so good to watch. That kid's got some serious talent.
He's a bantamweight,
He's been fighting at
but he's got 2 belts now.
He's fighting at featherweight again, just because I think it's easier for him to get fights. But I'm sure he's only young. He'll probably end up being a featherweight anyway. He doesn't look out of place there. But yeah, he's good, very good.
Yeah, like you said, there's not fucking a heap, but hopefully there's a heap of MMA fighters training, and
Yeah.
then like you said, in like 4 or 5 years maybe, when they all end up as pros.
I think the development scene for Muay Thai is doing it the right way. Like, they're pumping out these amateur shows. Like I said, in 2 years you're going to have heaps. I think MMA is a bit behind the development. It's going to take a lot longer. We're probably 10 years behind in MMA, to be honest.
There needs to be more. I really, really, really think every 3 months there should be a mass interclub. Like every gym fucking hosts it, like a different one.
There's no
Alan
point.
used to do it.
Just fucking train people till they're good enough to fight. Stop lowering the level of... Stop lowering the entry level to get into a fight. If you want to fight, do the fucking work, train hard, wait until your coach goes, all right, I'm confident you can beat any other debut fighter. Not, I'm confident enough you can beat a guy that also hasn't trained very long at a sparring day. It's like, just train to fight. I get it in Muay Thai and things are different, but for MMA, I feel like you should just train. And everyone gives me shit about this. It's like, that's stupid, just let people fight. I'm like, no, you just train till you're good enough to have a fight. And yeah, not anyone else agrees with me, unfortunately.
And they should be more active as well.
Yeah, just fight all the time.
Like some Muay Thai fighters fight fucking 3-4 times a night.
Aaron's fought 4 times this year already, and it's only June. 6 months, 4 fights. He's a 16-year-old kid. Why can't everyone do that? It's because he's just in the gym. He doesn't go and party, he doesn't take breaks. He just fights as soon as he's ready to train again, goes back to training, does it again. Like, if you want to do it, that's what you got to do. If you want to be just a fringe fighter, you take a bit of time off, fight a couple times a year. If you want to be an Instagram fighter, you just train and post videos and never fucking show up.
And I imagine like a lot of promising fighters are like, fuck this, and then they just move.
Yeah.
I imagine a lot of fighters would move to the bigger cities, or like Melbourne, Sydney,
Well, even
Perth.
jiu-jitsu guys do that. Everyone leaves Adelaide and goes to Absolute and Sydney West and all the big gyms, which is what you got to do. Like, Declan's in Texas now at B team because that's the level he needs to be at. But I feel like Muay Thai is probably the one sport where you can sort of stay regional and still make it to the big, because it's pad work, sparring and clinching. As long as you have a good hat holder, some good training partners, you can go. MMA is a bit harder because you need certain types of bodies for the matchup you have. You don't always have that in your gym.
Yeah, like if you were a heavyweight fighter at M16, you'd have no one to train with.
We're a gym full of featherweights. We're all slightly overweight featherweights, but like generally our whole MMA, we got like 7 or 8 guys, and they're all featherweights and a couple flyweights. That's our whole MMA team.
I don't think you would have never even fucking cornered a heavyweight. Sonny a heavyweight?
Yeah, no, he fought at 93. He was the biggest guy we had, but he's only short, so he can spar with little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we never had one. We got a couple of heavyweight Muay Thai guys at the moment, and even that's hard because it's like, you need to not kill people you train with.
Well, even in Adelaide, there was only like Brando, and there's Isaac, who's a fucking small heavyweight, still rip your fucking head off.
He's powerful and crazy, so you can't really put him with the small guys in the gym.
He needs to stop working out in his fucking fucking shed. He does the most aggressive looking workouts of all time.
He's so good at fighting though. He's obviously built for it. He's got a mentality to be a fighter. It'd be good to see him back in there.
I don't know who's going to fight him. He just has to go straight to pro.
No one in Adelaide's fighting him, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of him in Muay Thai. Muay Thai's fun.
Yeah, that Muay Thai fight he had in Pride was sick. Just smashing each other, just kick for kick, punch for punch.
Well, I won't keep you too long because it is a school night. I've got so much fucking podcast shit to upload.
Oh, mate, I got so much shit to do every day of the week. It's fucked. It never stops.
Do you go to what do you do now?
A little bit of time off. I got kids class tonight. I got a full night tonight. Lucky Declan's back to take a few classes at the moment, but yeah, generally every night it's just back classes. Our kids' classes are going crazy at the moment. It's the best. Like, kids is busy, teens is busy, all adults' classes are busy, so it's just non-stop.
Kids classes are a big one. Kids classes in M16 have picked up heaps.
Yeah,
Do you know why,
jiu-jitsu.
though? Do you know what I've noticed? A lot of ex-members and stuff have kids now that are old enough.
It's funny, it works both ways though, right? Like, people bring their kids in that train there, but now we're getting like so many kids that parents are starting to see it and be like,
No,
I
we'll
want to do
train.
jiu-jitsu. So now we have a pretty good family community going on at M16. We got a lot of kids and adults, like kids and parents that train together.
But you get all those dads that kind of like watch MMA and stuff, but they're always kind of too scared or they don't have friends involved in it, and then they take their kid to a jiu-jitsu class and they're like, oh, I can kind of be a part of like an MMA community.
Yeah, exactly. And you start doing a bit of jiu-jitsu, and next thing you know, you realise it's like good fun and you meet good people.
Dye your hair blonde, fucking.
Start eating acai and saying ball all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, but one kid I'd love to get on the fucking pod or on the MC or on the next like grappling event you do is Carter.
Yeah, he's a gun. He actually came in and trained with us one day.
Just him versus 9 kids at the same time.
He's phenomenal. Like, he came in, I'd seen videos of him. I didn't know him that much. Adam had told me about him a bunch of times, and you see him online, you're like, oh, he's sick. You don't really understand how good they are. And then he come into the gym, and I'm like,
This kid's different.
He's actually mad. Like, he rolled with Lucky Warren. He was doing like cartwheel arm bars and shit. And I'm like, oh, he's like as good. Like, that's not hype on the internet. That's exactly how good he is. Like, he's fucking phenomenal. Because we got some good kids that are very good as well. Like, not that level, but like on the way to being that level. And he was just phenomenal. I was like, wow, this kid just built for it.
He trains like a professional
But
athlete.
his parents take him. Jiu-jitsu is funny because if you're rich, you can get good at it. He goes to all these comps, all these training camps, all these coaches. It's like, if you put money into your kid, they're going to be good at it. Not everyone can do that, you know?
And if the kid's like, it also matters if the kid's like susceptible to not like paying attention. He would be so good at fucking paying
he's
attention.
Switched on for sure.
But it's definitely a sport where it helps to not come from a hell poor background.
Oh yeah, unless you're in Brazil where like all the gyms are in poor areas, so it's fine. But
Well, MMA or Muay Thai, all combat sports are like pretty fucking expensive sports to start up at least.
in Western culture they are, but in some of the other places they're not.
Well, thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you.
We'll
Start getting your team ready. Get Tommy Pure's team ready, and
We'll get a team ready.
We'll run a Sav vs Tommy fucking grappling show.
we'll see. We'll
Let's
see.
go. See you, bro.